Hello and great afternoon, all you future Gators. Welcome to Glasgow Middle School. My name is Miss Raymond. I'm the Dean of Students, but today I'll be serving as your tour guide through our very lovely Gator land. So here we have our middle school campus. We welcome you guys as you're coming in from either elementary school or perhaps just joining us from some other school during your middle school journey. But either way it goes, we're excited to have you and we can't wait to show you what we have to offer here. So just gonna go ahead and get started. If you look over here in this parking lot area, this is where our buses pull up every morning. The buses pull up every morning to drop you guys off here. Carpool drops off further back. Don't worry, on the first day of school, you guys won't be confused because we'll be out here to help you guys get directed to where you belong. But we're just going to keep it moving and walk through our campus so that you can be familiar with everything that we have going on here. So this is our main office. Here's where you're going to find our principal as well as all of our office staff, the counselors, and our beautiful clerks and secretaries that help us to make sure that you're getting everything that you need. And so this is our main office here. Now if we walk further along this way, we'll come up on another very important building, and that's going to be our Glasgow Healthcare Center. So you guys, perhaps you play sports or perhaps you have some special medical needs and things that have to be taken care of. We have an on-site clinic where we can assist you and your family with those items to make sure that your health needs are provided for. All right, and as we keep moving along our beautiful campus here, we're going to go into what we call the A Hall. Okay guys, so welcome to A Hall. This is one of several buildings that we have on campus. You're going to find a lot of mixed grade levels. So our buildings don't necessarily cater to just one grade level. Whether you're in 6th, 7th, or 8th, you can find yourself on this hall. You're also going to find our magnet and gifted classes on this hall. And so we want to just make sure that we know, or that you know kind of where to go. So again, this is the A Hall, and you're going to notice here that we have a lot of different lockers, but I'm sorry to tell you that you won't necessarily be using lockers, not here. We just have them because they're so pretty at this point. So we have this lovely bright yellow, feels like a sunshiny day all day long. And so we wanted to make sure that we kept it beautiful. However, you guys don't have a reason to be assigned a locker. A lot of your information that you'll need will be something virtual. It'll be on your computers that you're provided. So while I'm talking about that, yes, that is something that every student gets access to. It's a computer that you're able to work on and do your assignments. You'll be able to join your teachers' Google classes, and a lot of your assignments and the resources needed will be found there. So at that point, it's not as necessary to have a lot of books that weigh you down, that would more or less require you to have a locker. On every hall, you're going to find your restroom needs are able to be satisfied, as you'll have a girl and boys bathroom on every hall. You want to make sure that you move quickly through your halls when it's time for you to get to class. We always encourage you to stay to the right of the hall because we want to make sure that everybody's moving quickly, safely, and able to get where they need to be on time. And so again, you'll find several different classes on this hall that you are possibly going to be assigned to, and we just can't wait to see you not running past us, but walking to the right and get into class on time. So now we are in what we call our courtyard, so to speak. What's interesting about our courtyard is that we have several things set up to beautify the campus, and we even have a couple of gardens on the back end over there, if you'll notice. I do want to go ahead and say that we don't particularly walk across this grass, but instead we just enjoy the beauty as we use the breezeway set up on this end and the other end of the grass. So I just wanted to point out that's another pretty part of our campus that's offered here. All right, and so as we keep moving in this direction, you're going to notice that there's another door here that says main office. That's because that's another entrance that we're able to use. Typically, guests and parents use that front door, but if you're needing to make a trip to the office on behalf of a teacher or to bring some type of information in, you're generally going to use this door right here. Now, if we keep walking and going in this direction, we're going to come across what's called B Hall. Now, I will say for B Hall or for B building, we actually have, some cool things going on in B Hall. So let me go ahead and get you inside here. Okay guys, so right here you'll notice that this door is on the outside, and this is the door that we actually like you to use to visit the library in the morning. So sometimes that 10 minutes or so when you get off the bus is basically you'll get off the bus and then you'll report to breakfast in the cafeteria, and then you'll report to 2 different areas that students go to wait for the bell. Well, one of the options you have after you finish breakfast, or if you're out of breakfast, is to visit the library. If you in fact decide to visit the library, this is the door that you will use, okay? But now if we walk this way, I'm gonna head on over to B Hall. And B Hall is cool because it also has another entrance to the library. And I like to consider B Hall as a pretty neutral territory, somewhere that we moved through a lot. It would be called maybe a thoroughfare back in the day. It's an area that gives you access to a lot of other areas. And so as we walk back into our B Hall over here, you're going to see some more classes. Unfortunately, some more lockers that we're not using. But you'll also be able to just see where we have a few more people traveling and things of that nature to get to class. So this area, this foyer, is where we do a lot of traveling from one side of the campus to the other. But then as we walk down this hall, again, like I said, you'll notice some more lockers that we don't have the privilege of using. And then we have our doors here. And of course, when the school year is up and running, we have all kinds of fun and exciting and inviting things going on as far as door decorations and wall decorations and work on display. And we can't wait for you to get back to work so that we can get some work put up. We can't wait for it. This is what we call B115, and this is just one more office that's on B Hall where you're able to come and see anybody if you need anything, any help or assistance with something. All right, and as we keep moving down the hall, we're gonna have, again, no hall is dedicated to one grade level. So whether you're in 6th, 7th, or 8th, whether you're in gifted, magnet, or traditional classes, or even our ELL students, no matter, you're gonna be on this hall, or any hall. You don't necessarily get stuck with any one hall. Now, we also have a home ec class, so to speak, that can go on in here with Miss Bravada. And so if you notice, she actually has stoves set up. And so depending on what class you're assigned to, you may actually get a chance to get to cooking. All right, moving right along, we have, some of you are gonna meet Miss Roy on our program. We have Miss Roy's class here. That door is locked. Let's see if we can get into the other door. Miss Roy teaches Latin. here, you'll notice that we have several T buildings, is what we call them, and they're called T buildings because they're not they're not connected to our other buildings that have the interior hallways. But you will have possibly classes that have been assigned to you, or you'll need to come into the T buildings. I'm standing between the doors of 4 classes right now, and then we have another set that's further back off in the courtyard here. And again, we just ask that as you're moving from one class to another, you make use of our sidewalk so that we can always have our beautiful campus to reflect on. You're going to notice our basketball courts to the back of the school. Our basketball courts actually neighbor our softball field / football field / baseball field, whatever we need it to be in that moment. Very pretty back here, and sometimes you'll find that you get to come out and enjoy your PE class here versus having to stay just inside of the gym. And so again, this is our basketball court area. Then we have the area where the guys play football season. And we also have an area where a lot of students get a chance to play kickball and dodgeball and things of that nature. So we definitely try to get our recreation pieces in, whether we're talking about extracurricular sports or just PE class. Either way it goes, we like to stay healthy with recreation. I'm also going to show you here we have our what we call D Hall. D Hall actually only has about 4 classes in it, but again, just like every other hall that we talked about, no hall is dedicated to 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, so you will possibly find out what it is to move from one side of the campus, no matter what your schedule looks like this coming fall. So again, this is the D building or D hall, and we have currently housed in this building is our computer class, as well as one of our gifted social studies classes, one of our traditional social studies classes, and one of our advanced English classes. So again, every hall is mixed and we all get a chance to get to know each other. If you are going to lunch from either B hall or D hall, you'll become real familiar with this diagonal that we use in order to get over here to our C building. Now the C building is one of my favorites because that's the area where all of the arts take place. So we have our actual art teachers here. We also have our choir teacher here. And we also have our band teacher housed in this building. And as I'm talking about choir, I do want to mention that we also have a choir class that's kind of combined with acting. And so that's pretty cool as well. Something to think about for the future, even if you didn't sign up for that elective right now. Also in what we call C building is where you will find the cafeteria. Alright, now you'll notice over here that we have some benches in our commons area, and it is common that those benches are used by teachers. Sometimes they decide to have class outside because it's just such a pretty and pleasant day, and so you get to have a little class in the shaded tree, under the shaded tree. So as you continue to move along, it's going to be a little backwards here because what happens is this is the door that you will generally enter if you have classes in C Hall. That's those art classes that we were talking about. But it's the door that you will come out of after lunch. So what door do we go in, Miss Raymond? Well, As your teacher escorts you to lunch on a daily basis, what's going to happen is you guys are going to come through. You'll line up along this wall over here. You'll wash your hands, and then you'll enter the cafeteria from this door. And when you go into the cafeteria, it's pretty standard. We have rows of tables, and you and your friends will be able to sit down as long as you are near each other in line. You should be able to sit down and socialize with each other at lunch. This is the back door to the gym. It's not a door that we generally use to actually enter the gym. It's the back door. Now we do have this one class that's connected here, and this is going to be Madam Jala's French class. So if you take French with us this upcoming year, this will be one of your classes that you have to report to. All right, now, again, we refer to this entire area as the Commons area. And in the Commons area, there's not a whole lot of congregating that goes on. Usually, occasionally, we have a teacher come outside and host class in the Commons area. Like I said, if you're out here for lunch, you're going to line up along this wall and you'll go into the cafeteria. Or if you've gotten off the buses in the morning, you'll come through this way in order to get to the cafeteria for breakfast before reporting to your designated areas. So students who report to the cafeteria for breakfast, when you leave the cafeteria, if you're in the 6th grade, you're going to go to the hall. But if you're in the 7th or 8th grade, then you'll come back around this corner here and you'll head into our gym area. You're heading to the gym. And so these are the main doors. Again, there are other doors that lead to the gym, but this is the main door that we want you guys to make sure that you're using when you're trying to get into the gymnasium. Okay guys, so this is going to wrap up our tour of Gatorland. We can't wait to see you come here to Glasgow Middle to start your middle school career or to finish your middle school career. Either way it goes, we are excited and elated to have you. I do want to go ahead and mention, I realized that it was our current climate of things as we have COVID-19 that we're dealing with, among other items. I do want to make sure to tell you and your parents, if you have any questions, we're always available to answer them. And you can always keep up with real-time updates and lives if you visit our Facebook page as well as visiting the Glasgow website, because that way you can be fully aware of our next steps before they actually happen. We are so excited that you decided to become a Gator. Like, there is no better place to be, because Glasgow Middle School is the best middle school in the parish. Thank you.